First case to come before us this morning is DeMoss App.No versus Silver Lake. It's my understanding that appellant, though it was set for oral argument, is not here this morning, so we will hear from the appellee. You will have 15 minutes with which to argue the case. We've read the briefs and we are ready to see who you are.
May it please the court. My name is Frank Scaldone, and I represent the village of Silver Lake, the appellee in this case. This case comes back before the court after the court previously remanded for the trial court to conduct a retroactivity analysis. After the court's remand, the trial court reissued its opinion, expressly finding that the village did not intend to create a retroactive law. So the question really becomes whether the law created a vested right. The trial court found that the 1995 law, the amending law, was being applied prospectively, and the 72 law only applied to employees that were 1, retired, and 2, had 15 years of service. So an employee's right would only vest upon retiring from service after 15 years. That vesting never occurred here. All the plaintiffs retired during the 1995's effective date. None of the employees retired while the 72 law was in effect. In fact, the law had not been in effect for 15 years. The plaintiffs retired in 2010, 2012, and I believe 2016. So this 95 ordinance does not go back to the beginning of the plaintiff's hire or take any accrued benefits away. The plaintiff has not been deprived of any pay or benefits during their tenure with the village. Plaintiff's argument in the briefing appears to be, it's almost like a promissory estoppel argument. It's almost that the promise was made, they detrimentally relied on that. But these types of claims are expressly barred against political subdivisions like the village of Silver Lake, and that's the Portland versus City of Landisburg case. Moreover, I'd also emphasize that the plaintiffs aren't left without health benefits in retirement. They have the Ohio Police and Fire Pension Fund as well. So even though the law is applied prospectively, and I think we're all in agreement with that, it's still possible for the application to implicate the retroactivity clause. But that still goes back to whether there was a vested right. And in this case, again, the retirement benefits were not vested at the time the 95 ordinance was enacted, as the trial court found that there has to be not only 15 years of service, but retirement as well. A right cannot be considered vested unless it amounts to more than a mere expectation of future benefit or interest founded upon an anticipated continued existence of existing laws. And the law that I'd like to emphasize to the court is that in Ohio, absent some clear indication that the legislature intends to bind itself contractually or create a vested right, the presumption of the law is that it's not intended to create a vested right, but merely declares the policy until the council shall ordain otherwise. And that's what happens here. This is a policy decision, a political decision to offer benefits that can be changed. If you look at the review of the ordinance itself, it certainly does not indicate clearly indicate that the legislature intended to bind itself or to create a vested right. That language is not in there. So because there's no language that indicates that the legislature or village council is trying to establish a vested right, in addition to the requirements of the 72 ordinance that were not met, that is, not only 15 years of service, but actually retirement, I respectfully ask this court to affirm the trial court's decision. Unless there are questions, I'll rest at this point and on the briefing.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
When I'm reading section B of the 1995 ordinance, there's a comma and it says or. Who have completed at least 15 years of service injunction that requires them to have 15 and retire.
You know, the way that, you know, reading that statute, I've never looked at it in that way. The requirements seem to be pretty straightforward in terms of that the retirement has to occur as well as 15 years of service to the village. In fact, it seems with that it's explicit in there who have completed at least 15 years of service to the village. The "or" there looks like retirees that have already retired.
I can see that. The one before the comma, it says, for those employees retired hereafter who have completed at least 15 years of service to the village, comma, or any retired presently. So it looks to me like we're looking at people who are going to retire, maybe who have already retired. It's two separate facts of people, is the way I'm reading what the comma sort of divides them both. So I'm trying to see where you have to retire and have 15 years.
Yeah, that's the, I mean, again, that's my reading of it is, such coverage is here established or may here modified by council shall also be continued for those employees retiring hereafter who have completed, retiring hereafter who have completed at least 15 years. So those together, both of those are requirements.
So just so we're clear, that's the 1972 ordinance.
Correct.
But, well,
Were you reading from the 95 ordinance?
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's being applied prospectively to those. So the focus point is the 72 ordinance that, again, it's continued for those employees retiring hereafter who have completed at least 15 years of service. So both of those are requirements, as the trial court found, are both requirements, not one or. There's no or in there separating that. Does that, I think,
I understand what you're saying.
okay.
I just want to make sure you ruled for all the same.
Yeah,
I have the impression that so.
My apologies if I didn't catch that, but we believe firmly, as the trial court found, that the 72 ordinance, it is both, the requirements are for both, not only the 15 years, but also being retired.
Attorney Scowden, I have a question for you. Is there anything in the record that the employees had noticed that this right was being eliminated by the new statute in 1995?
I'm not aware of anything other than the fact that the ordinance in a public open meeting was enacted.
So if we follow your logic, their option at that point in 1995, had they had 15, 20 years of experience with the department, would be to leave and go somewhere else where they could get retirement health care.
Exactly, and in this case, none of them had, it was another 15 plus years before any of them retired. And again, they also would have their health care covered by their pension fund.
Well, I have a question for you regarding the appellant's reply brief.
Yes.
They cite Sheehy versus Ceylon. Can you address that case for me? As far as how it doesn't apply in this situation. This is a Supreme Court case from 1967.
Well, I believe that had to do with not public employees. The point that we brought out of that case was the Supreme Court statement that an employee or employer could still cancel insurance to employees still working and not retired. But again, really what
But that case law specifically says, it relies on Cantor versus Berkshire Life Insurance for the logic behind why the Supreme Court ruled the way they did. and they said that the cancer case stands for the general proposition that an employee who has complied with the conditions of his employment contract, benefits have been conferred on him by his employer, such employee reaches the specified retirement age, he acquires a vested right in those benefits.
I guess the most...
Has that been overruled by the Ohio Supreme Court?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So why is that not controlling here?
The critical distinguishing factor is it really goes by where they're talking about a contract. We're talking about the ordinance. So it really goes back to the law of whether there's a clear indication that the legislature intended to bind themselves or create a vested right in that ordinance, where they're talking about...
And you're saying the 1972 ordinance did not have an intent to create a binding vested right in these employees?
Exactly.
So we can't infer that these people became employed by the city of Silver Lake for one of those benefits? Is that if I stay long enough, I will be rewarded with health care when I retire, if I stay more than 15 years?
Well, I think that's an expectation, but that's not enough under Ohio law. Because really what the city was, or the village is doing, was creating a policy that could be changed. So again, that law is some clear indication that the legislature intends to bind itself or create a vested right. The presumption is the law is not intended to create private contractual or vested rights, but merely declares a policy to be pursued until the legislature shall ordain otherwise. And again, it is similar to a promissory estoppel argument. Was there an expectation? There probably was, but that doesn't create a vested right under the statute, under the ordinance.
Okay, so hypothetically, in following your logic, if they had an employee, say one of these individuals who are now plaintiffs in this case, had, say, 24 years of experience at the time of 1995, when the statute was enacted. So hypothetically, an employee with 24 years of experience has met the requirement under the prior statute in effect at the time, and they go to retire later, their option would be retire now or you lose your health care, even though you have 24 years of experience or you're out. If you continue with your employment. So basically it's like rats jumping off a ship when they enacted the 1995 statute.
And that is how it would be interpreted. That is because it does not create a vested right. It's a policy change for the employee to have those benefits, requires the two-prong test the two-prong requirements as the lower court judge correctly ruled, that not only is 15 years, but you have to retire. So to answer your question, that's exactly what would have to occur.
Okay, so then you're telling me that you have looked and Sheedy versus Elon has not been overturned by the Ohio Supreme Court?
Not that I'm aware of. But I may want to check that.
And I will too, but I didn't know if you...
Oh, I thought by the look at your face, you're telling me something I didn't know.
No,
But,
I need to check that too, so.
Okay, no, I do not believe so. Unless there are any other questions, I'll rest at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Councilor, for your presentation this morning, or taking that